Welcome back, YouTube. General Soul back with Blood Omen, The Legacy of Kain. And we have gotten a few secrets and preparations for our first Circled Guardian, and we will be going for Nopraptor in this video. So we have a new enemy here. This is similar to those guys in the last video I said is the first enemy that could actually kill you. You should be able to handle them now. Anyway, once we kill this guy, for some reason my hits are not connecting, or they are, but I'm not doing too much damage. I don't know. That one should not have taken that long. Head to the right here, and following this path will get you to your next bat beacon. This is number 3, I believe. Yes. Alright, head back the way we came. You see the cave above this soldier. Ignore it for now. We could go in there, but we're gonna wait because we can't fully explore it yet. So we'll wait until we're able to. So remember that cave for later. Anyway, head back to the Blood Fountain cave. Do not go in the cave, obviously. We're going to move along with the game. So continue following along the path, and we can push these rocks out of the way. And welcome to...
The town of Stention Crow bore with it the infamous aroma of its inhabitants. In life, I would not have graced the place with my presence. In death, I merely added to the stench.
Head on inside and be aware that there are now going to be some guards in town that will attack you on sight. When you enter some places, you may have these women that come and try and attack you. They're very weak. One attack will kill them, but if you're really bad at the game, they can kill you. I would never admit to being killed by one. I don't think I have been killed by one, but they are annoying. Anyway, grab our implode there. Free meals if we want them. I'm actually a little ahead of my schedule, so I went ahead to get those meals. Normally I don't go for them because I'm on a fairly strict time limit. Head back outside and... Yep, see, we got a guard, so take him out. Drink his blood if you wish. Head to the left. So this is the Bighorn Brothel. Let's head inside and see if we can't get us a girl. Although, depending on the lore of the vampires, Kain may not work like that anymore. Anyway. Save the middle door for last, and quite a few people we can drain blood from, and a few items we can get. This time, again, leave the middle door for last, so head to the left. Get us another implode here. We've got another woman, and what kind of kinky shit are these people doing? I don't know. I mean, I don't think I have too many kinks, but I'm not into that. Anyway, head into the middle room now. Feed on everyone in here if you wish, but we are about to get our next secret. The chair in the middle, move out of the way. We have this teleporter, and this brings us to another secret.
One must be wary in dealing with the spirit forges. The wraiths and shades that inhabit them offer items beyond mortal dreams in exchange for a sampling of your blood. The wraithsmiths forge their items with forfeit souls.
Shed your blood for me, and these artifacts will be yours. So, you come to the Spirit Forge for help, do you, vampire? Trade you secrets for the blood of the dead, I will.
So you'll notice that whenever we also entered, this was considered another secret. Finding a spirit forge is considered secret, and there is always a secret way into said spirit forge as well. So that's 2 secrets down. And this will actually save us time doing the secret way, because to get into this spirit forge requires a full moon normally. So you see the little door now that's down. It will only open on a full moon. And full moon only happens like every 2 hours or so, 2-3 hours. So unless you want to just sit around and wait, it's best to just to use that secret entrance. Anyway, this is how close we were to it in Stench and Crow. I'm just going to use some implodes, get some mutilations. Here's some chat for you.
This lunatic was delighted to see me. Perhaps his madness would reveal a greater truth.
The bastards in Stench and Crow shun me as Nosgov shuns them. I know what it means to be an outsider, Batman. I fear you not. But remember this, there are others who will speak to you, so long as you know how to look.
Keep that in mind for later. Anyway, once you head inside, just kill everybody in here. We have a couple of barrels we're going to grab that have items. Get some feedings. We're actually going to get some mutilations as well. For the 3 across the bar, you can either use werewolf form, or what I prefer to do is wait until everyone groups up together and throw an implode and kill all 3 with a mutilation each. And we are done with Stench and Crow. I do like the name of that town, Stench and Crow. Alright, so we'll get a couple more mutilations right there. And let's get out of here. Head back like we're going back to the Spirit Forge. Kill these guys. We are now leaving Stench and Crow and headed towards Wasserbund. Very much took, I believe, German? I mean, it very much feels like this is set in like a German town. Okay, ignore.
The gypsies, purveyors of distrust and superstition. Most of their babble should be taken with a pinch of salt, since the gypsies often tinker with weary travelers' minds. However, a few gypsies have something interesting to say. There are benefits to traveling beneath a human guise. The threat to my person is lessened, and much information can be gleaned. However, the illusion is flimsy, and any act of aggression on my part can break the spell. Wasserbund lay, its glory now stained and faded, a faithful child in the looming shadow of Nupraptor's retreat.
Go ahead and put on your disguise, and guards in town will not attack you while you're in your disguise.
Nupraptor's keep lay west of Wasserbund. I would seek to cut the cancer from its heart.
You may have noticed the bat icon on the top right of that screen. You can use bat form to just fly there. Does not count towards a bat beacon though. Anyway, head inside. We have a few items to get, a couple of slow times, some magic refills, and an implode. Grab them. If you wish to feed off these people, you will have to remove the disguise. While you are wearing the disguise, you are draining magic very slowly, but if you keep it on for long enough, you will eventually run out of magic. Alright, so once we get back outside, just continue following the path that I'm taking. Ignore this building. Nothing inside that we care about. If I don't go into a building, there's nothing that we care about. Slow time there. Head on back out. That's all we wanted there. And we have a couple of signs, Wasserbund, and we have Korhagen. And this is the chopping block. Let's head inside and take a look. Alright, so nobody's aggressive because we're in disguise, but we need to kill them. So we'll just use an implode so that we can grab these more implodes. Woohoo! Before you head back outside, to put your disguise back on, or don't. Your choice. If you want to kill the guards, go right ahead. I'm just choosing not to. And this right here is the village smithy. Very original name. Head inside here, and there's these two chests. Each chest contains 3 flays. This blacksmith is blocking your way out this way, so you'll have to go around or kill him. Your choice. And once back outside, we are going to continue following this path. We cannot enter this building yet. We don't have a means to get rid of that rock, but head inside this one. And we need to, well, we don't really need to kill them, but I'm going to anyway. But new item.
Should this object strike an enemy, rot and decay would instantly eat their flesh and leave only a pool of blood and tissue. For a time after, the toxins are still active and therefore lethal to the touch.
Arguably, the font of putrescence is the strongest item in the game, and we will be using quite a few of those as we progress. Alright, from there, head south and inside this building. Once inside, we just want to grab this chest and get out. Get another implode, and then that's all we care about. If you want to feed on these people, go right ahead. I am on a time limit. Because there are certain spells that I want to have by the time we get to the full moon. So I can't play around and just feed on everybody.
The wind carried screams from the west. I couldn't help but smile. Someone else in this world was suffering more than I.
So our magic was going to run out anyway, so I decided to drop the disguise and just use our implodes to kill some people like that. Oh, so satisfying. And follow the path, and we are just making our way towards Noptraptor's retreat. We'll just kill these guys with some items to get some mutilations. We need to head inside of this building so that we can open the gate so that we can enter. I guess really since you can just fly there, you don't have to, but there's some things that I want to get along the way. And these switches like this are sometimes finicky. You may need to come at it from a side for it to trigger. So keep that in mind. If it doesn't work, if you come at it in the direction you're at, move around. But that opens this gate, and we're almost out of implodes.
The gaping maw of Noptraptor's retreat rained upon Nosgoth all his pain and misery. The disease begged to be cleansed.
Alright, so we're going to change to our energy bolt. These guys are quite tough for items. If you use your flays, you'll have to use about 2 or 3. And it finally stopped raining. Usually does not rain on me whenever I'm out here like this. So, I don't know. Head into the cave that the waterfall is kind of hiding first. And a couple of enemies, a little hard to see in the darkness. You can either get some mutilations or you can just feed on them, whatever you want to do. But take out both. I went ahead and fed on one and then mutilated the other. And we came through this cave specifically for an item that I'm never going to use, the slow time. But grab it anyway. Head back through. The enemies are going to be ghosts now, which is going to work for me because I do need to refill my magic. So we'll go ahead and do that. We'll kill both again and just get some magic back. Very nice, very nice. Now we want to head through that second cave, and this will lead us towards Nopraptor, the first of the Circle Guardians. Alright, from here, if you are playing the original hardware, make a save. If not, follow along. Okay, so we have these little pools of water on the ground. Just walk through them at some points. You'll just need to walk through them. Alright, so let's grab our Pentolence of Tarot. Any enemies that are on screen when you use it will die in a random way from like they were in your items. So you notice that little pool back there, like to the right, those two pools, those were fonts of putrescence, while the others could have been flays or implodes. It will kill prisoners, so if there's something to feed on screen, probably don't use one of those. But it's very good for clearing out some areas of some difficult enemies. Alright, we'll cross here. Yeah, we kind of have no choice but to cross at some points, but as long as you don't stand in the water, you should be fine. And they're giving us plenty of meals as well. Continue up. Alright, we have a bigger slime here. It's not too difficult, just 2 sword swipes. For some reason it did not accept 1 or 2 of them, but whatever. Kill these, and we have someone to feed on here. If you took damage, die. Kill you, feed off you. And we have another big slime. I'm just going to use an energy bolt and just run through the water. That way you can avoid those traps on the sides. Refill your magic. This area is pretty dark, so if you want to use light, go ahead. For some reason I was remembering it wasn't quite that dark here, but yeah, it's pretty dark. Use an energy bolt to hit that switch right there and refill your magic as needed. The switch puts these bridges across the water, so we're not going to kill ourselves running across all of that. Avoid the spike walls, unlike me. Feed if you got hit. And just watch your timing. Now, when we are right here, this section until we exit this room is going to respawn infinitely slimes. So you want to just be quick. They're going to keep coming. So, I guess my timing was off, but for some reason, whenever I went for the door, it decided, oh, let's put a slime right there. Fuck you, game. Fuck you very much. Alright, come up here. There are new enemies here. They're hard to see, but they're flame sorcerers. Try and get at them at a diagonal angle. Otherwise, they will kill you fast. They can do some damage to you. But they're not too tough. If you kind of come at them, if they're going at an angle and you come at them like I am, they shouldn't be able to hit you. As long as you keep attacking, you should interrupt their spell before they're able to do anything. Depending on if it's day or night, it'll take 4 or 5 hits to kill them. And just run through the spikes here. Right here you see the chains on the wall. Leave the middle one alone, I believe it is. I do get it, but I think if I'm remembering correctly, leave the middle. Yes, leave the middle one. That opens the door to the next section. So now we need to run back the way we came. Might need to go ahead and use light. And have energy bolt ready just in case you need it. Alright, so that opened this doorway here. just avoid the arrows, grab your flay, and move along. Wait for the spikes to go back and grab the magic refill and take out the sorcerer as needed. I did not mean to kill him. I meant to feed on him. Oh well. It's a slay at least. Now you can either use an energy bolt to hit that switch, or you can run to it like I did. Your choice. This room, head down. We have a meal. Shoot an energy bolt to hit the switch. The rest of the retreat is not going to be as dark as the previous room, so we should be okay.
I came upon one of Nupraptor's serving girls, catatonic with fear, choking out half words through bloodied, broken teeth. Although tempted by hunger, I stayed my hand, allowing her to tell her story. She spoke of her lord Nupraptor, driven to insanity by the brutal slaying of his beloved Ariel. She spoke of his self-mutilation, sewing his eyes and lips shut to deny the outside world. Fueled by despair and hopelessness, he turned his magic on the circle, infecting their minds with his madness. Nupraptor cared for nothing now, save his pathetic self-pity. Scars such as hers would never heal. Death would only be a mercy. The cretin squandered life and left it seeping on the floor. Such waste was a travesty. Perhaps Nupraptor needed to be taught a lesson as to the value of blood.
A lot of chat in there, so you may have noticed that one enemy kept respawning zombies over and over, so you just need to kill them. This guy right here that's green. Kill them or they're going to keep respawning zombies. But if you take your time killing them, that's going to help you build up some slays, because each one of these zombies do count. But yeah, basically, other than spawning in an infinite number of zombies to attack you, he doesn't really do anything. He runs right towards you, but that's basically so he can avoid getting hit. Anyway, we have our 6th rune triangle and blood vial here. And there are 4 rooms. I'm going to take these in a clockwise motion. Each room you need to complete to open the way forward. So the first room, definitely use light. A bunch of zombies are going to spawn in, and then just kill them all. That's all you need to do here. This is easily the easiest room here. They're kind of considered puzzles, but not really. Just take the teleporter back. It will take us back to the previous room. And we're going to head towards the one that is right and down from us. Hit this switch to open the door. This one is a little bit more of a puzzle. Hit the middle picture to open the door. Take the teleporter. Stand on the painting on the floor for a second and follow the path of the light. When you get towards the end, one of the little tiles has a switch to add more light. Continue hitting those switches and follow the path until you get to the end. You will know you're at the end because you will see the picture again, and there will be a teleporter out. Alright, so this room is done here. Go through the teleporter. And now we're going to take the top left room, or actually bottom left room, sorry. Hit the switch to open the door. And this one is a little more of a puzzle, but not really. So just avoid the fireballs, hit both of these switches on the floor, and follow the spikes when they retract down. The wolf form is needed to cross here. So jump across with your wolf form and hit the switch, and then switch back to Kain. Now from here, hit the end, and it's giving you the path. You just need to follow these spikes as it moves along. Be quick, but you don't have to hurry. And this is really all you need to do here. Once you're here, switch back to wolf form. If you're needing a heal, there's a blood container and some magic refill, and there's your teleporter out. Once back in the central room, go to the top left room for our final quote unquote puzzle. I say that because it's not really a puzzle at all, as you're about to see. So all we need to do in this room, head to this left room first. There is a switch in that statue. Kill the zombies if you wish. You probably should wish if you're trying for the platinum. Go up. New item.
When conjured, the energy bank permits me access to mass amounts of magical energy for a brief period of time. However, when the moment passes, I will be drained of all magic, unable to cast even the simplest of spells.
So, just like Kain was saying, the energy bank will basically give you infinite magic for for like 20 seconds, and then at the end of that, you lose all magic. They're going to be very useful after a while, but we're going to hold off on using them for right now. But yeah, this is all we had to do. Just go from each room hitting switches and done. The way forward in the central hub is open. So head through the mouth. Yeah, gee, his retreat is like a castle built in the shape of a skull. I hope Nopraptor's not evil. Alright, so we'll drain his blood. Kill this guy too. Manipulate him so that he can't hit me. Head to the south. You see the blue light on those switches right there? That is our next secret. So I have to kill this guy. Secret number 12. That opens this door to the left. We have 2 more flame sorcerers. Take them out. And as you see, we get a lot of flays here. So very useful. And some blood and some slays. Once you have everything here, just go up the stairs and into the door. From here, you want to go either left or right, does not matter. I went right first, you can go left first. They both lead to this area. In this center room, will lead you to the nose, which will give you another font of putrescence. Then you want to go to either eye, left or right. If you go right, you have a rune triangle.
From the depths of the retreat's eye sockets, I viewed Nosgoth in a different fashion. The glass seemed to warp the image and taint the color, as if Nosgoth needed assistance in making its corruption apparent.
And if you go to the left will be a blood vial and another image, but this image doesn't have Kain saying anything. So essentially, if you go through the right eye, you see Nosgoth as it is. To the left is, I guess, how Nopraptor sees it. Once you're done, go back through either one of these doors at the top and go up the stairs. There's a teleporter. Take it. We're almost to Nopraptor. So grab all the items that are in here. We're getting prepped for our first boss fight. Take this teleporter out. Save if you were on original hardware.
So, Malik, have you come to fail the circle once more? Leave, Paladin. I do not need your protection. Come, Kain. Come, share my pain.
So, this was the mentalist Nupraptor, this broken, pathetic little man. Yet crippled as he was, he would not yield without battle. Very well, old fool. If it is death you seek, I will not deny you.
So as you see, we need to wait for these purple orbs to disappear to run through them so that we can go hit him. Every time you hit him, he teleports to the other side of the arena. After the fourth hit, he will teleport to the center and spawn these skulls that are circling around. Hit him twice, that is the end of the fight.
Perhaps the head of her beloved will convince Ariel that I have accomplished my task. The mace is amongst my most useful of weapons, for it merely stuns my victims, allowing me ample time to feed.
So we have the trophy for killing Nupraptor, and we've got our first new weapon, the spiked mace. You must equip any weapons you pick up. Spiked mace is able to break these rocks, and black chests like this require the spiked mace to be able to open them. As Kain was talking about, it can stun enemies. If you tap the attack button fast enough, he'll do 2 hits. That second hit is what will stun your enemy. They will kind of sway around like whenever you've got them dead, and then you can just feed on them. So it makes even the toughest enemies very easy because you can just stun them, feed.
I placed Nupraptor's head before the Pillar of the Mind, and watched on as it dissolved into the stone. The pillar accepted its offering. Thus, it was restored. Nupraptor was but the genesis. Forever tainted by his madness, the circle was beyond redemption. For them, absolution lay only in death. In me, they would find their deliverance. But first I had to defeat their shepherd. Malek, defender of the Nine, lay in a keep to the far north, past Vassabunt. It was time for me to test the wrath of the Pillar of Conflict.
Death in the circle breathes life to the pillars. For every pillar there is a token. Only with these shall they be restored. But to reach a warrior, you must first breach his ward. Find Malek and destroy him. Only then will the circle fall.
Now we can go get a few secrets. So, bat form. We're going to head back to Stench Crow's bat beacon, which is this one right here. So, just fly back to it. You should recognize this one. This is the one we got at the very beginning of the video. From here, you remember that cave that I said we need to wait until later to go to? It's later. And let me just show you how this mace works here. So this guy that's coming up here, he took quite a few sword swings to stun, but 2, feed, dead. Very easy. Alright, so there are 2 secrets in this cave. The first one is just entering the cave. There's quite a few people that are chained up that we can feed off of. We get a few flays. And this is why I said come wait till later. We needed the spike mace to break those statues so that we could continue forward. Break this statue, and this is secret 14, venturing even further into the cave. So that is why I said wait on the cave so that we could just get both done in one session instead of go to the first statue, come back later, and finish the cave. I'm using bat form just to get out of here quicker because this is kind of a big cave, and as I said, time limit. I am a little ahead of schedule, but I still want to, just in case I have something that takes me longer than normal. And now we're going to go for another secret once we are done. Stun you and eat. Use your bat form. This time we are going to take the one for Nopraptor's retreat. So yes, right there. This is basically going to take us back to Wasserbund. So a few secrets we're going to get in Wasserbund. I'm not even going to bother putting on the disguise because since we have the mace, we can just stun them and feed on the guards that come at me. If you wish to kill the regular citizenry and feed off them, one swing is all you need. Alright, feed off of you. So you remember that house that had the stone in front of it? This one right here. There we go, got him that time. I guess the second hit missed. Just break it and enter. And once inside, I'm going to feed off of you. It will take 2 mace swings to open these barrels, whereas it takes 1 sword swing. So that is the thing about the mace. Anyway, right over here in this corner is a hidden switch. That is secret 15 that opens this doorway. And inside is a teleporter that will take us to our next secret.
One must be wary in dealing with the spirit forges. The wraiths and shades that inhabit them offer items beyond mortal dreams in exchange for a sampling of your blood. The wraithsmiths forge their items with forfeit souls.
Shed your blood for me, and these artifacts will be yours. So, you come to the Spirit Forge for help, do you, vampire? Trade your secrets for the blood of the dead, I will.
So this is the Spirit Forge for the Font of Putrescence. Very useful, because as I said, this is arguably the best item in the game. So you may want to farm that a little bit. I'm not going to, because by the end of the game we're going to have more than enough items to go through the entire game. Head back outside.
Worms and maggots fed upon his festering skin. The scent of tainted blood seeped through the wounds upon which they feasted. Pity. Such a waste. Good blood gone bad. Years ago, word reached us of a strange pestilence that had laid siege to a few remote villages far east, but the rumors failed to prepare us for the horror that was the plague.
The blood of ages flows so sweet. Come, drink from us. Your magic energy recovers more quickly, for our blood enhances.
So that is the Blood Fountain of Magic. That lets you regenerate your magic a little bit quicker. I believe there are 3 of those, if I'm remembering correctly. If you get all 3, I mean, it still takes some time. But anyway, here's our next secret. Break that stone there with your mace, and you can get all these items right here. Now, head back the way we came. The door with the Spirit Forge, as you saw, is another moon door, so that is another secret that we do not need to wait for a full moon, but there are a few that we need a full moon to get into. There is no other way. and one of them is required for platinum.
Korhagen, my home. The finest city in all of Nosgoth, rich in vanity and conceit. I had no delusions as to the welcome I would receive. Death and disease stalked these streets. Bodies lay, most in the very spots in which fate had taken them. A perfect homecoming.
Okay, there is a lot of things that we can do in Korhagen. So much that we're not actually going to finish Korhagen in this video. I probably could have, but I knew I was getting close to my time limit and decided to just do the rest in the next video. But we are going to get a few new pieces of equipment for a trophy, a new spell, and our first armor before this video ends. If I do not go into a building, then ignore it. It is not important. Heading inside of this building, we have our first kind of mini dungeon of Korhagen. This will get us the repel spell. Alright, so head on inside, kill the enemies. Avoid the spikes. This area is going to be full of arrow traps and spikes. The left section is going to have enemies that you could just stun with your mace if you want to. I decided to use my flay for some mutilations. That right there where you see the spell, that's kind of I don't know if that's a bug or what, because we cannot actually get that here. So I don't know why it's showing up like that. We cannot grab that here. We needed to come through here to hit a switch that's we're coming up to. Kill these enemies, grab the energy bank, avoid the fireballs. And that switch right there that's lighted up green on the wall, that's what we're after. We have our 8th blood vial here as well. So grab that. We're almost halfway done with that trophy. And that takes us back to where we started. Now take the door on the right. This room here, you might consider switching back to your sword. Because this section here is full of undead. And the mace is all but useless against undead. It can kill them very slowly, but you will be quicker with the sword or using spells or items. Anyway, kill these liches, avoid the arrows shot at you. And I take some damage here trying not to kill my meal on the wall. But we kept our meal alive. That's all that I cared about. Beat off of this one. Ow! I was eating. And we have our 8th rune triangle. Head down. Try your best to avoid the arrows, unlike me. But if you do get hit, there's a meal right there. Kill this lich for the repel spell.
Invoking this spell cloaks me under a protective aegis. Whatever spell is cast at me will be reflected back at the caster, leaving me unharmed. It will only last for a short time, however, before leaving me vulnerable once more.
So the repel spell will put a shield of energy around Kain for a few seconds, and anything shot at him like arrows or spells or fireballs will just be reflected back. If you align yourself just right, you can actually kill enemies such as these liches with their own attacks. You notice the one in the bottom right corner. Otherwise, use your sword. Do not use the mace. The mace is not going to kill these guys. They're undead. Hit this switch to be able to leave. And woohoo! New spell to play with. And we are in a different house in Corhagen, which gives us a new section that we would not be able to get to before. Alright, once outside, head on up, kill these guys however you wish. I decided to use an implode on them. Make it easier on me. And let's head inside the pub. The only reason we are heading inside the pub is for these 4 barrels that have items. Otherwise, there's absolutely no reason to come in here. Just like in real life, everyone decided to get one last drop of alcohol before they died. I do not understand people's obsession with alcohol. I never took to it. And inside this building, this is just here for a flay. Grab it and leave. Head across this house right here we want to enter. And this has our next mini dungeon. Kill the flame sorcerers however you wish. I decided to get 1 mutilation and then 1 feeding. And 2 slays, basically. Head to the door to the north. And this is our next mini dungeon. This one will get us our first armor piece of the game. Bone armor. Head through this door. If you have not done so already, switch off of your mace back to your iron sword. The mace is all but useless against undead. Alright, so take out these guys. These are shadows. If you're quick enough with your attacks, they shouldn't pose a threat. We also have a new environmental hazard in ice. Acts just like ice does in all video games. You slip and slide around. Not too dangerous right now, but a lot of times you're going to notice ice shows up where there's spikes on the floor or on the wall. So with that, it does become a pain. Anyway, kill these extra shadows here. We have some meals on the wall. There's 2. Kind of hard to see the one at the top, but there are 2. Hit the switch to open the door to move forward. Kill the zombies as soon as they pop up. And be ready with an item or a spell as soon as you enter this next room. We have a new enemy that must die. The sorcerer will spawn an infinite amount of shadows and will start teleporting around the room. So very important, kill it. Kill it with fire or whatever, but kill it. And once you're done, just continue on. Kill everything in your way. Okay, we have a lich there, so I'm going to switch back to my... I wanted magic, but I accidentally hit the item button. And it will not let you cancel it out. You actually have to select something, so... Door to the north is locked, so head south. When you approach the spikes on the wall, some zombies will spawn in. Kill them. And then when you hit the switch on the wall, some more zombies will spawn in. You can grab the Hearts of Darkness, kill the zombies, try not to get hit by the spikes on the wall like I did. And the door to the north is now open. And once through here, switch to your wolf form. You want wolf form here because it is nigh impossible to avoid getting hit if you try to walk around these spikes on the floor. So jump over them. Once you're past that one, switch back to vampire form and use repel so that you can avoid the damage from the attacks. You will still take damage from hitting the spikes on the floor. So try not to get hit. But yeah, here's where you see where the ice is annoying. Anyway, they give you 2 free meals here just in case you took some damage. And we have new enemies, black liches. Very much suggest you use an item. I didn't hit the lich, but I hit something else and it killed, looks like some prisoners on the wall. We have our 10th rune triangle, halfway done. Come through here for our new armor.
Lower forms of undead fall swiftly to deception. With the bone armor, they are not as eager to challenge me.
So what bone armor does is lesser undead enemies see Kain as an ally, thus they will not attack unless you attack first. The reason the zombies are still attacking is because they did see Kain without the bone armor on. But any that did not see you are not hostile to you unless you attack them. Like these shadows. They're not attacking me until I attack first. So this will not work on liches though. Liches will see through the bone armor and realize that Kain is an enemy and attack him. So keep that in mind. Alright, so we have more ice here. Kill the skeleton, and you could even choose to avoid killing here, but again, we need 1,000 slays, so I'm killing everything. Take out these shadows here. Follow the linear path. If you do take some damage, we do have a free meal right there. And another one coming up as well, so drink up. And you might want to put on your repel here, just to help you with the spikes on the wall. It will help you with damage from the spikes on the wall. And you can kind of see it to the south across from these spike walls is a blood vial, our 9th one. And in here, get an item ready for that sorcerer. Just kill him. And we have someone to feed off of. And let's move along. I decided to get some mutilations here because we just got 3 enemies lined up. But yeah, you see instantly that lich, as soon as we got close enough, just said, nah, you ain't friend. So I am intending to use energy bolt here. I don't know why I'm confusing item and spells now. There's another black lich right there. Kill it. And head south. Might want to repel on with the ice here. Up to you. If you think you can make it through without the repel, do it. Otherwise, you might want to use a repel. Kill these 2 liches and we should be good. And that's going to do it for this video. When we get out of here, that's going to end this video. We get another rune triangle. And I will see you guys in the next video after feeding off of these guys. If you enjoyed the walkthrough, drop a like and feel free to subscribe for more. See you guys next time.